There is nothing wrong with your internet. Do not attempt to adjust your settings. We are controlling the podcast. We control the squealing and the screams. We can make your heart flutter, your eyes blur from tears, or sharpen your mind to crystal clarity. For the next hour, sit back. We are in control of what you hear. We repeat, there is nothing wrong with your settings. You are about to experience the awe and mystery known as the female mind. You are now entering the Fangirl Zone. Hello everyone and welcome to episode 76 of SYFY Talk in the Fangirl Zone, a podcast where we discuss shows on the Sci-Fi Channel. I'm Sean Fangirl S.
And I'm Steve, and tonight we'll be discussing episodes 6 through 10 of season 3 of The 12 Monkeys.
Woo! And we have a special guest today. We have Mr. Interdimensional Dave. Yay!
Yay, it's great to be here. It's so good to be with you two again, and everyone out there.
I know, it's been a while since we've done some podcasts with you.
I know,
yes,
my tinfoil hat's getting rusty.
And I understand you have like a series theory you're going to be throwing down later on.
Oh, it's a work in progress.
Well, before we do that, then, Steve always manages to scrape up some news for us. So, Steve, go ahead with the news.
All right, this is from Deadline again. Brandon Scott from Gorilla and Teen Wolf's Holland Roden are set as series leads for the third installment of sci-fi anthology series Channel Zero. There's no official title or logline yet for the third season, which is scheduled to premiere in 2018. In the third installment, Scott will play Officer Luke Bansick, a young but already jaded cop living in the shadow of his father, the chief of police. Luke's world-weary exterior hides a fierce commitment to justice and a deep love for his troubled community. Roden will play Zoe Woods, Alice's older sister, a sharp, tough young woman who struggles with mental illness have worn her down over the year. She hates that her younger sister has to take care of her, and she'd give anything to go back to the way things used to be. Okay. Interesting.
This is crazy. The fact that they've already talked about Series 3, and we haven't even gotten the second one yet.
Right.
And the second one sounds crazy, so it's like, ah!
And showrunner Nick Costas had tweeted that this week that filming is beginning.
Oh my gosh. He is so great when we get to do the roundtables, when somebody's able to sit in on them. And
right.
So just the fact that he's like so on top of this, he's like, oh yeah, we're working on season 2. And it's like, oh, and now we're filming season 3. It's crazy because so many of the networks are like, oh, well, we'll see if you even get a full season. And we're like way past that since we're already working on season 3. So I think that's just incredible. And I love Sci-Fi for doing this.
Yes.
Dave, did you watch any of Candle Cove?
No. Oh. I'm not in love with Sci-Fi either.
Oh no.
Kind of mad at him.
Oh.
I'm old school. I got my smoking jacket on. I got my little hat thing hanging down the side there. My
All
pipe.
right,
isn't that a
got to be the new logo that they're going to be premiering here soon, right?
No, I don't like that either.
No. Okay, it must be something worse then.
I wasn't a big fan of doing 12 Monkeys over a 3-day period. I told you I'm old school. I like it week after week. The whole community builds up, talk, chatter, predictions, blogging.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, Steve and I talked about that.
What's that?
Steve and I had talked about that because I'm like, because we couldn't binge watch it because of the way we work.
Me neither.
And so I know it's kind of rough, but we'll kind of see how it's working because Steve actually has all of the ratings. So we discussed some of it last time, so we can talk about it and see how it did in regards to having the binge, or if it would have been better maybe over X amount of weeks.
Right, because episode 6 had a 0.07 in adults 18 to 49 with 0.315 million viewers, which brought it in at 134th rated cable show for the day. Episode 7 also had that 0.07 in adults 18 to 49 with 0.313 million viewers, which was 137th. Episode 8, the last show of the evening, was a 0.08. No, that was the first one on Sunday. I'm sorry. In adults 18 to 49 with 0.278 million viewers and was 43rd rated cable show. And get this, the two final episodes, episodes 9 and 10, both were outside the top 150 cable shows. Now, I did find out that episode 9 had 0.232 million viewers, and the finale went up slightly with 0.246 million viewers.
That's crazy.
So after that initial evening, the first 2 hours were great with almost 750,000 viewers down to almost 250,000 viewers for Saturday and Sundays.
Yeah, that's just crazy. But, we had talked. We didn't know how the binging thing would work.
Right.
I don't know. I think it works differently. And, you guys tell me what you think when it's on like Netflix or something, because you get the entire season at one time instead of it being like a set time that this is going to be like, okay, you have to be here to watch it between 7 and 10 or, do you think that made a difference?
Made a difference with me. My interest got outside the top 150 cable shows.
Right.
No, I know why they did it. There was a reason why they did it, so they could get it to Hulu as quickly as possible and make the money in return. That's up to them. If that's what they wanted to do. But I couldn't do it. I couldn't keep up with them. I measure time using a timepiece that has sand running from one end to another.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I live in the past. Sorry. That's what they wanted to do.
Do you have a sundial too? What's going on?
Yeah, but it doesn't work at night.
Yeah.
So frustrating.
Oh, goodness.
All right. Well, the Live Plus 7 days did improve some. Episode 3 tied for second in adults 18 to 49 percentage gain, going from a 0.1 to a 0.3 for an increase of 200%, and was 10th in viewers percentage gain, going from 0.374 to 0.786 million viewers for an increase of 110%. Episode 4 was 9th in viewers percentage gain, going from 0.324 to 0.687 million viewers for an increase of 112%. The finale, episode 10, tied for 14th in viewers percentage gain, going from 0.246 to 0.492 million viewers for an increase of 100%. Episode 9 was 18th in viewers percentage gain, going from 0.232 to 0.455 million viewers for an increase of 96%. Episode 2 tied for 22nd in viewers percentage gain, going from 0.399 to 0.743 million viewers for an increase of 86%. And episode 5 tied for 25th, going from 0.397 to 0.714 for an increase of 80%. And episode 7 also tied for 25th, going from 0.313 to 0.563 for that increase of 80%.
So, like we had said last time, the Live Plus 7 day, I think, did make a difference because so many people couldn't just sit there and watch like 4-hour spans at a time. I was really surprised, though, that the finale had such, I don't know, so few viewers originally, I guess. I mean, it's not few, but
if you didn't see if you missed any of the previous episodes, you didn't want to watch the finale.
That's true.
And my DVR crapped out Friday night. That was so fun.
Oh, God. No.
I had to catch up on the first 5 using video on demand, and they would have shows come off and on video on demand. I was looking for 5. It wasn't there, but 6 was there. Then the next night, 6 was gone, but 5 was back.
Oh, jeez.
they just weren't. I know, it was so frustrating. I just wanted to put on my time vest and watch it the way I wanted to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. See, I thought that they were doing it this way because to see how it would do because of all these other binge watching kind of moments, and B, because they have so many shows that are about to start back that they were like, let's do this all at once. It's great, except for people like us.
I forgot who it was. There's a writer. He did a piece. It was been on the old 12 Monkeys Facebook sites, and he did the article about getting it to Hulu as quickly as possible so they could cash in.
Well,
you know how tough it is not to watch anything on Facebook?
Oh, I know.
Trying to catch up on 12 Monkeys. I had to, one day I freaked out because I thought I saw a spoiler and people had to talk me off the ledge.
Well, it's the same with any show. It's like, all right, if you can't watch it live. That happened with me, and that honestly is what turned me off of The Last Ship, because it was on as the finale of another show of mine. So I'm like, okay, I'll watch it on the replay, which is in an hour. Whatever, not a big deal, right? and I'm live tweeting the finale of the show, and because I'm a fan of Last Ship, theirs came up, and their first tweet was about the character who died. I'm like,
Nice.
what the hell? Why are you you're doing this right away? I was so ticked. And so I'm like, I didn't even watch that season. It's like now I'm in protest, and now I don't think I can ever watch it because now I have to be that stubborn ass and dig in my heels.
Yeah. I stopped watching it when the doctor died, when she was murdered in that hotel. Into season 2, I guess it was.
Well, yeah, so it was beginning of season 3 because you didn't for sure know. I mean, we assumed.
Yeah.
But that being the official Twitter site for the show, their first tweet is about her, being dead now. I'm like, what the hell? You just spoiled it for your West Coast people. That's kind of stupid. So I was mad.
I don't blame you.
And like I said, I'm stubborn, so there's that. All right.
I'll send you a clock on Amazon that measures time through sand.
Yeah, I'll just adjust my sundial. It's fine. It works like for 8 hours a day, whatever. All right, let's jump into this one. And Dave, do you want to share your theory now or is it later?
My theory consists of The Witness, and I don't know. Everyone wants to watch it by now. Don't listen to this podcast if you don't know the ending.
Right.
Yeah, if you haven't
Spoiler
the
alert.
last 10 episodes.
Fast forward to the end of this podcast right now. Don't listen to the rest. Catch up right now. I had to. I finished it Thursday night.
Oh, jeez.
It's a working theory. The Witness. I'm going to have to backtrack. I have a lot of Witness pictures. I was always intrigued how The Witness always had tubes and gauges and wires and stuff. And I suppose that's a callback to a certain gas mask episode. But
Right.
There's plenty of Witness ones without gas masks. It's just a straight up, mask. And so, are we looking at a certain Witness and are we somebody else perhaps portraying the Witness? How do you discern the difference between the two? That's what I'm going to do is track back and see who's using breathed equipment and who isn't. Figure out those minute differences between the two.
Right.
It's going to be work, team.
Yeah, because I feel like they've done a really good job of not just throwing something out there that they don't go back to. Although it's not quite to the Stephen Moffat level where it's like, all right, let's wait for 5 years before this pays off. But, I mean, there's a couple things that it's like they said, and no, I'm not going to be able to pinpoint, but like the beginning of one season and you don't get it till like almost the end of the next season. But everything's paid off, so maybe that is something that we'll find out more about the next season. But,
yeah, maybe.
But now I'm going to have to rewatch and be like, okay, wait, let's write this down. What timeline does this say it's in? And great.
Right. Because the simple fact was when Malik took Cassie into the witness's room, the mask that we see is not the mask that we've seen in the past.
Right.
It's a different mask. Now in this 5 episodes, we find out the history of that, but we still haven't seen the one that we've seen all along yet.
Yeah, the plague doctor's mask.
Right.
Yes, because this was a little different. Because at first I was thinking that maybe I, was remembering it wrong, like it looked different. But I remember very clearly, I'm like, oh, that's a plague doctor's mask because it had the longer nose area where they could put like flowers so they didn't smell death, basically.
Right.
And yeah, this mask looked totally different.
Yeah, it was just, what's the word? Just a mask for show, like you wear it to, like, say, a ball.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
A dance.
A stage
for the
mask.
opera. Yeah. Yeah, just for show.
Huh. Okay. Well, that's going to be interesting then how they're going to end up playing that out. Because obviously they're going to have to, well, okay, I say obviously, but they are going to have to, don't you think, tell us that next season?
Yeah, well, there's one episode from last season where the witness is standing in the shadows in the hotel room and Cassie's the only one in the room, except for the witness. And he's just standing there. We're all wondering how he got there. It probably was a time vest thing, but it was just a regular ornamental mask. Now, if that was somebody else, perhaps being the witness, wouldn't that person be at someone's throat right then and there?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh my gosh. Why do you guys make me think so hard? This is what they do. When you put these two together, it's kind of scary.
Hopefully they reconcile that. I hope there is points where you can pick out old recipe witness versus new recipe witness.
The original and extra crispy. Gotcha.
Yes.
All All right, let's jump into episode 6, Nature. In 1953, Cole and Riley reunite with Agent Gale. Yay! At the birth of the Army of the 12 Monkeys, special guest star Christopher Lloyd appears as the father of an iconic enemy. Now, finally, Steve and I get, the little bit of payoff that we talked about. Like, okay, how the hell did Agent Gale know them for so long?
Right.
So he's back and we get that. So that makes me happy. But at the same time, I kind of felt like Cassie was screwing things up. I don't know about you guys. I'm like,
what's a mother to do?
I'm like, shut up, Cassie. I was getting angry. I can't help it. Because obviously, Cassie and Cole are together trying to find the witness because he didn't kill him and Cassie couldn't kill herself. So they think they can save him. And I mean, I understand both of them thinking that. But at the same time, when they travel back and they see all this weird stuff happening at the beginning of the 12 Monkeys, I mean, I'm kind of surprised that they believe that they can save him and they're going to still look for him.
It must be your instincts cutting in as a mother, I guess. I don't think Cole was totally on board with it all. He always looked askance at her. But Cassie's great. Amanda Scholl's great at being her. And she always gives those baleful looks like, come on, you can do this. How are you supposed to resist that?
And
yeah, absolutely.
I'd say they end up getting one of the splinter jackets, which of course helps them. But the question I have for you guys, we see the mini witness. I'm going to call him mini witness here. Very Doctor Who-ish.
Small W.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just thought it was funny because Jason walked in. He's like, "Are you my mummy?" I'm like, "Shut up, Jason." He's seen like 4 episodes, and that's what he picks up on. But like they see this happen, and why was nobody able to get out of the tent? I mean, I understand them barring the door.
Heavy canvas.
Did nobody like try to go under? I mean, it's not solid. I didn't get that.
Well, Agent Gale had a tough time cutting through with it with his knife. I thought he was going to make a hole and some people were going to try and get out.
Right.
He could barely cut through that canvas.
No, that's true. I mean, there was a major disaster. Wasn't it a coal mine?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And people are in a panic too.
Right. And all of a sudden we get, El Creeper coming up to the people who are families of the deceased and trying to recruit them. And he's like, "Here, you should take this and come to our meeting." And Cassie ends up posing as one of the widows to get into the meeting. But we also see super creepy little kid who turns out to be the Pallid Man. And I'm like, this.
He was just as creepy as a kid.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm thinking, can we stop him now? Would that be a paradox? Because,
You always wondered about that. Why didn't have some biological connection to each other and didn't get paradoxes through that? Did you guys wonder about that at all? Like father meeting son, they must share atoms, molecules, genetic material. Wouldn't that be a little zzz?
Yeah. You know what?
Did you think? I thought it would happen.
I thought something like that would happen too, but I mean, I guess if it's not your exact match.
Actual person, I guess so.
That was the only thing I can think of.
Still, there should have been some sparks, I thought. Oh, well.
Or like a weird feeling. I don't know.
Yeah, weird feeling.
We have Agent Gale, like I said, finally showing up at the Emerson because...
Now that was just absolutely hilarious.
Something's being reported.
He's sure that Cassie and Cole are back. And he goes up to the room and with his coworker with him and he busts in and, oh no, it's not Cassie and Cole.
I'm very glad that wasn't.
Yeah.
That would have been awkward. Oh gosh, his coworker. Oh god, I'm like definite facepalm because when he's like, "Can you maybe keep this under wraps?" He's like, no,
Oh, not on your life.
Like this is gonna give me like mileage for years. I mean, come on. I felt horrible for him just because that had to be so embarrassing. I mean, just busting in on that, even if that wasn't like, I'm sure this is the 12 Monkeys. Having to bust in on that as a police officer in any form, how do you not just go, oh, I have to bleach my eyeballs now?
Lewd and lascivious, you're under arrest. That's why we're here, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
gosh. That's rough. That's rough. So what did you feel about Christopher Lloyd's character, though?
Suitably creepy.
He's always been...
We know where Pallid Man got it from, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah, that's
because
true.
He was definitely right up there.
Including his attire.
Yeah. Yeah, he definitely looked like a caretaker.
Oh, yeah.
Mm.
Where do their eyebrows go when they hit a certain age? It's creepy. Now, do you think we're going to see him next season? Because we didn't really get a lot of him this season.
No, just this episode.
Yeah, I can say it.
And I can just about count on it.
Yeah.
Our showrunner has let the cat out of the bag.
Oh, has he?
Oh, easy.
Yes.
See, I feel like I cannot watch anything or read anything about next season because I don't want to spoil myself. Like
Right.
anything I feel like would be a spoiler. And you know what River Song says. But
Yeah.
I don't know, because at the same time I want to know what's going to happen.
I watched the trailer for season 4, and there was something in it, and I'm like, oh, blankety blank is the witness. And then I just missed my own thought. But of course, turned out to be true. I'm like, oh, I was right. Stupid teasers. Didn't ruin it because when we get there, it was pretty awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's why I get so worried with some of the teaser trailers. Like, it's too much. Or I'll extrapolate too much, and then it's like, crap, I was right.
Yeah, it's hard to stop your mind from racing. What else can you do? You're into the show, so once you see something, there you go. You go right down the highway.
Mm-hmm.
This has got to be this. This has got to be that.
That's never good, though. Let's talk a minute about Ethan. Now, did you guys realize that she was saying Ethan? I thought she said Ethan with an E when she first said it.
Well, I watch it with subtitles, and I'm like, who's Ethan?
Oh, okay.
What's an Ethan? Is that some type of pill they just invented?
Well, now, did you guys always think that he was primary? Because I didn't think he was primary. I thought he just knew what was happening because they were moving him around through time.
I didn't think so, but I think it's a great idea.
Yeah, that was great reveal at that early age to show that he is actually a primary.
And I think Oh, go ahead, Dave.
I was going to say if he adopted a turtle, it would have been awesome.
Oh, that would have been weird. There's a paradox.
Turtles are so cool.
I like turtles. The fact that he was so young and had a handle on everything, I thought was kind of surprising because what we've learned from them so far from Jennifer was that she didn't really get a whole lot when she was little. So, again, do you think that's because his protectors were with him and like teaching him and guiding him through it?
You mean Sebastian and the rest of the Guardians?
Yeah.
Those guys?
Yeah.
Maybe so. Maybe so. He could be exceptional. Well, he certainly seems exceptional. Anyway, no offense, Jennifer.
Right. Yeah, but I don't think they really knew how to deal with him being primary as much because they hadn't dealt with the primary.
Yeah. Usually end up in a padded room.
Right.
Like Jennifer.
Right.
Yeah.
Who manages to talk her way into a quick trip back for her uncle's ashes. I say that in a, air quotes, because it turns out that in her words, she brought back a paradox. Now, she had a bunch of drawings that she'd been doing and dream sequences, as we know, but did she know that she had to go back for her turtle, her baby turtle?
That's what I was thinking.
So that was something that she learned.
Either insight or intuition, you pick.
Right. Has to be one of the two.
Yeah, or the combination of the both.
Right.
And it was great. That's great storytelling, too, though, to see something come around eventually. They did a lot of that in this episode.
Yes, they did.
Tying everything together. I don't know how they do it.
Somebody has really good notes.
Really good notes. Oh, yeah. Speaking of notes, I left all my notes for this podcast at work.
Oh, no.
I'm going through all my pockets. Nope.
So you're going to go to work and be like, dang, I forgot to bring that up. I do that all the time. All right.
My time jacket. Time jacket's at work, too. Nice.
Guess you're not popping back and forth.
Speaking of paradoxes, what do we think about Cassie blurting out that Agent Gale was going to die in 62?
That's what made me mad, because I'm like, shut up, Cassie. But at the same time, does that make him bolder with everything that he's going to try because he knows he's not going to die?
Until then?
Mm-hmm.
Is he going to die then now? He knows he's going to go there. Why would he go there now? Except he's a dedicated young man, of course, but...
And wants to help Cassie and Cole.
Yeah. And he goes there despite knowing Yeah, he's gonna die.
So, what do you think would have happened, though, had he killed, because he had his gun on Christopher Lloyd and his wife, whose name escapes me.
Scotty Thompson.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Had he killed her, since we've seen her in the future go to the past and, okay, now timey-wimey, do you think that would have stopped anything?
Well, if you're wearing a time jacket, you can go back and fix it. And that's what Ramsey said. Don't fix this, because you can. If you wanted to. I would imagine they would fix it.
Okay.
It would change things, though. It would have to. I don't know. When you start fixing things, shouldn't that change things, too?
Yeah, it should.
And then you get into crazy, like, you can't keep track of anything world.
Yeah.
Right.
So difficult.
All right. Steve, why don't you take us in episode 7?
All right, episode 7, Nurture. Cole and Rayleigh find themselves at opposite ends of an unspeakable decision. Jones grows suspicious while Rayleigh turns to an emotional ally for advice. All hell breaks loose during a massive firefight.
Oh.
That was a great firefight, by the way, the shootout.
Yes.
Oh, boy, pretty exciting.
These episodes, like, from here on, because we weren't building, like, trying to tie anything up. It was just building on everything and leading to the big finale. So I was really loving how they were doing it all. But, again, we have Ethan, who starts drawing like Jennifer, because he doesn't understand everything, but especially constantly drawing Cole with a gun, like pointing at him.
From a certain perspective, too.
So, don't you think he might have mentioned that at some point, since we have, what was his name? You said Sebastian?
Yeah.
Like
Sebastian.
taking him. He's like, oh, this is great. And he like keeps squirreling away that in a locked drawer. But don't you think that Ethan might have said something at some point? Like, I keep seeing this one image and Sebastian doesn't think it's a big deal. Because he didn't
when
tell.
you're a primary, people don't exactly listen to you all the time. Maybe that was it.
Okay.
Plus,
Magdalena was not one for anything that wasn't strictly witness oriented.
Shame on her.
She was so annoying.
She's tough. Oh, she was tough looking when she got mad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think I slid back on the couch when she growled.
She was working my nerves though, because she's like, all right, well, you know what? I can kill you. I can kill everybody, and then go back in time, and you won't even know. It's like, what the hell? It's just kind of like.
Well, that's all she did in the whole back half of the series was go back in time, tell her past self that this is going to happen, and then just self-destruct.
So cheating.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why she just had this weird creepiness, because she knows that she keeps dying and basically coming back in different forms because she keeps going back in time and changing it.
Right.
I don't like her. I'm not meant to like her. I know that.
So maybe we should take her example as to what the witness does in the future to change things like Magdalena does. We'll have to look for that in season 4.
Yes. I think we'll see it. And of course, we see it in episode 1 when future asshole visits present asshole.
That's right. He didn't toast himself, though.
No. And he didn't give away much either, but he did kind of redirect present asshole.
Yeah, that was a friendly way of doing it.
Well, I mean, they kind of had to do it that way because he had to get him on the right track. But yeah, it's kind of weird because meeting yourself but not destroying yourself. Okay, now I'm going to make my head hurt. Hold on. Like, how is that not going to cause a big problem at some point? Because isn't there going to be 2 of you? Like, anybody help me out with this? You're like, no, Sean, you don't make any sense. So.
Well, no, and future Cole actually says that about what are the odds of us not running into each other on the subway for years.
Yeah.
That's why it just seems so weird.
Didn't he try to touch him? And like backed away from it too?
Right, yes.
Yeah, he goes, yeah, this helps, but let's not push it.
Watch, when Cole saw the watch, he tried to grab his hand, and that's when future Cole pulled away and said,
Touchy.
It's not 100% foolproof.
As much as you were grabbing him and everything else, I think we're pretty well. Jeez. All right, let's talk about Jonesy. I love that she's figured out.
Grandma time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's figured out an EMP can stop the vests from working, and they couldn't reset. But if any one of them survives until the EMP wears off, then they can still reset. So it's like, it's a great theory if you have enough people to go in and basically storm the castle, which they had to get the perfect information for this to work. So Cole and Jennifer had to retrieve the EMP from the past, which in fact they had to go back to 1953, and Jennifer looking really strange in like that 50s get up.
She was a little lopsided. I don't know if you noticed.
Actually, I was looking at her hair, which was weird because she doesn't have bangs. And so having that huge curl to make a bang, I'm like, that's a lot of hair. That's what I noticed. But yeah, super bullet bras. Yeah, that.
I know.
Hey, let's go make out because magnets are my thing. It's like, oh, God, really?
Oh, she's so funny.
And somehow the scientist is like, cool. All right, let's do this. I can get fired, but what the heck?
Since women don't talk to me.
Right. Oh, stereotype.
You're a girl, right?
Super stereotype. But I guess back in the 50s, nerd wasn't cool. And unlike now.
Yes.
Jones. Let's talk a little bit more about Jones not trusting Cole. And how did Cole not notice what was happening? Because
I mean, the suspicion surrounding them?
Not just that, but with Jones traveling back to 2007 and being there at the moment of the Cole and Ramsey showdown. Like,
I wasn't a fan of that.
I was a little confused because she looked like she was really close to them.
Yeah,
so how did Cole not see her?
Well, he was distracted, but I don't know, maybe the writing wasn't 100% there, but well, it's part of the story. And if you have a time machine or a time vest, you can go anywhere you want. But to her to go in that moment, like, oh, okay, that's convenient.
And well, then she finds out the harsh truth, and well, she was pretty pissed. And I mean, we kind of knew she was going to be, right?
Yeah,
of course.
But trying to hold Cassie at gunpoint, I mean, where did she think that was going?
I don't know. She's killed a lot of people in her time. She all had blood in her hands. I don't think it would matter that much to her anymore. Keep forgetting how cold-blooded she is, despite how much I love her.
Right.
But it kind of sucks because the reason that her daughter was there was because of Cassie and Cole.
Right.
So
they saved her.
Right. So
yeah.
I just feel like she should have given them a little bit more benefit of the doubt.
She felt betrayed.
Right. Because they didn't tell her. She had to find out on her own. She can't trust them anymore and definitely felt betrayed.
Well,
you don't trust the Godfather.
Well, I mean, Cassie manages to get out because there was the splinter vest. So she goes back and she manages to fight Magdalena. And I love the fact that she hit her self-destruct. So she couldn't go back because Magdalena was just getting on my nerves. She was. I don't know. But she also has to shoot Deacon. And Deacon has been kind of a jerk since, like, he saved Cassie. But then as soon as they get back to the group, he's not exactly all for the Scooby Gang. Well, she had to shoot him, and now, of course, he's going to be even more pissed. But, like, he's ready to just kill them all.
I think it's hard to tell from a raised eyebrow, but I think he still has feelings for her. And so he's suspicious, and he doesn't like to look at her and Cole together. And so he's got a jaundiced eye as to whatever goes on between those two, and I think it's because he's slightly jealous.
Steve, what do you think?
Well, it's not only that, but the word of the witness, he's not on it.
Oh, yeah.
What
do I do?
Yeah, why am I not on here? Aren't I important?
Well, see, I was thinking of it like, okay, you're not front and center, so you're around the periphery, and you're changing things without them necessarily knowing. Like, you saved Cassie, and, you were there to cause the distraction for them to get the word of the witness. And, like, he's done all this stuff, but just because he's not on the big sheet, I didn't feel like that meant he wasn't unimportant. I just felt that he wasn't directly, interacting with the witness.
Is Jones on the word of the witness?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
But he does say something to Jennifer, too, because he's not in any of the pictures that she's seeing.
Yeah.
Right.
So basically, he's just mad and throwing a tantrum?
Yeah.
I saw some talk on the internet about when I was trying to avert my eyes about him shipping with Jennifer. I'm like, no, really? Come on. I know he's sorry. He killed her, and he did turn it. They did flip the narrative on him. He's done a lot of heroic things, and he's been Johnny on the spot. But shipping with Jennifer?
Yeah, no. I'm going to pass on that.
No.
Hard pass.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Well, we had a really nice moment, though.
Just another Ramsey.
Yeah. We had a nice moment with Jennifer and Cole. You know, she's trying to get across him that you don't have to kill your son. And yes, I knew this and I hid this to help you guys. So maybe there's a reason. Maybe you need to work with them. But I mean, she goes there too to help them when they're going to kill the witness. And again, that's in quote. But Cole doesn't do it. And Jennifer stops and technically saves the person that she thought she was supposed to save, which was Sebastian. Because didn't she distract one of them enough? Or am I remembering this wrong? She distracted somebody or shot somebody so Sebastian could run.
By her shooting Deacon,
thank you.
That distracted Cole enough for Sebastian to get out of there with Apin.
Okay. I was like, I'm not putting this in words. I know she distracted somebody so he lived. I'm like, all right. So that kind of brings us, again, these all start really running together, in my opinion.